Hello everyone, can you hear me? Let's wait to join others. Hey, good morning, Nadine. Hey, Devesh, can you ask others to join quickly? Saturday time, happy Saturday. Let me share this link to other team members as well so that they can join. Hey, Shubham, can you ask other quickly? They can join. Yogendra ji also join. 1 minute. Let me close the door once. I hope you covered whatever point we have discussed so far. Hey Jaya, good morning. You can join this session, but you have to start from beginning. We have, this common platform where you have to initiate from beginning. But at least you can initiate from today. Let me know if you have any doubt, any issues. So far so good. Or do you have anything to discuss before proceeding? Today we have more time. We will cover more topics. We will spend more time. Let me open Dynamics CRM environment. Where is CRM environment here? So whatever we discussed so far, anyone tried? Subham, are you going through? Prateek, I'm not able to see Sumit. Where is Sumit? Sumit, or what is his name? Okay, Rohit Chauhan, Rohit Kumar. Where is Rohit Kumar now in a day? Are we good to proceed further, or you want me to clarify something which you want me to do here first? No query, no questions. Let's discuss the query session as well. Interview questions. How you have to, clear your, you know, questions whatever your interviewer is asking. But let's cover our today's items, right? I'm sharing my screen. HTML web resource we will initiate. We will showcase the HTML one, but let's complete our the in progress task. We have not initiated HTML but HTML also a very big topic, but I will tell you how to create a HTML and how to, showcase and how to call our XRM API inside the HTML and how to use our JavaScript function inside a HTML part, right? We'll cover all those points slowly, slowly. What is privilege rule here? Privilege rule I will tell you, but first I will showcase like in the custom JavaScript rule how to utilize that privilege uh, security role one. Not only privilege rule, we have so many others rules like value rule, forms rule, entity rules. So in that one, how to achieve our uh, either display rule, either enable disable rule, right? So here you can showcase, suppose if you want to check something, what is the privilege rule? A privilege rule check, are you able to see my screen? So if you need to check some information like what is the privilege rule, so a privilege rule check if the current logged in user has specific security role privilege like create, read, write, delete on an entity before showing or enabling a ribbon. So suppose we have showcase or I have showcased you some of the security role based on the, suppose I need to showcase a save button or create button. So similarly here I can see approve and reject button. Similarly I want to create a showcase a button here like create. So I have a requirement like suppose, so if a current logged in user, if I'm going to showcase or I'm going to control that hide and show button rules based on if I have given you as a logged in user, where is security? Here security role. Suppose I want to give here a button like create contact. So create contact visibility rule I want to control. I'm not sure why today all the session are logged out, even the WhatsApp and even the Telegram, everything is logged out today. I will show you sales person security role. So sales manager, let me open this one. Or if a salesperson is having, suppose if I have salesperson security role, what it means if I have a salesperson security role. For example, this is Himanshu Dev. So this person, this logged in user, it means I'm using this particular user logged in user account. So I should have some security role. For example, how to check those roles. So current logged in user, if a current logged in user has some roles, for example, here I can see all the users here in this particular section, security and then users. Under users, I can search my name, HIMAN. Here, this is the users I'm using. So here I can check security role. So someone also can ask you if you are a beginner or if you don't have any idea. So someone asks you, hey, can you remove my system admin role and give me salesperson role? So how to do that? So you have to search that user and you have to open this one and then you have to search the system admin or that customizer role. Here, this is the super admin or super profile. This is the maximum roles a user can have, system administrator. Even this is, you cannot customize it. This is provided by Microsoft. So here you can check. So how many roles this logged in user or other users is having. Only system administrator can change those roles. So suppose uh, as I logged in here Himanshu Dev. So if I have a salesperson role, so in that salesperson role, if suppose if a contact, this contact, if I want to control, suppose if this user is having create permission, if I am part of the sales manager role or any roles, either I'm part of the sales manager or any other roles, if I have this contact entity privilege roles as create or read or write, so I can check that one from the privilege entity itself. So I can showcase, I can hide that create button if user is not having this role. So if user is having none, so I want to hide that role. If user is having any roles, either user level or business unit level, I can control that one based on this security role level. So that one I can handle with the help of this privilege rules. Got it? Good morning, everyone. Good, good here, Himanshu. So similarly, if you want to check any other roles like entity rules, what is the value rule? What is the value rules in Ribbon? So I have showcased like how to add that different roles. But if I'm going to tell you everything here, so it will take, very long time. Ribbon, I want to change which one. This is the one. I think we have logged in into this account. 7FF. 7FF. Okay. So this is the XRM toolbox. We are utilizing this toolbox into multiple work. I'm having that one or not? Should ask. Hey, Himanshu, can you ping me that password? I think we already using somewhere. 1 minute. Today, all the accounts are logged out. I'm pasting that password into the authentication part. So I have unshare my screen. So don't worry about that one. Let me share my screen again. Here, this is the one. I just pasted that password. Why? I think we have to open it again, right? Here we have this solution. So likewise, we you can check the value rule. Which one? What is the value rules in Ribbon Workbench? So if status is active, approval status is approved, amount is greater than this one. So we can add those value rules also even directly even in the ribbon customization level. But I don't want to do that one into multiple places. If I want to check anything, I have to write here itself. For example, I have added that logic even in the approve and reject button. So suppose I need to check if a user is part of, this is our JavaScript part. So now our purpose here is if a use here this particular button is showing here if it is submitted mode. If it is submitted mode, we are able to see approve and reject. But it should not be display who submitted the request here. Why? Because even if I am a part of approver team, so approver team, I will give you one logic here. Interesting. That is interesting here. So I have created one approver team. Approver team. Okay. Here in that approver team, I can add multiple approver here. Suppose here Himanshu, Pulkit, Yogendra. Now they have to approve all those claims, whatever we have submitted. Suppose Himanshu, has to be visit to one of the, conference, and he has to go to Goa for 10 days. But he is part of this approval team. So he visited to Goa and he spent approximate, 50,000 in multiple different work. Some of the related expense related to the hotels, some expense related to the traveling, and maybe XYZ. He has to submit 50K expense. So because he is part of that approver team, so it is not like he can submit and he can himself approve it. Because if he is the approver even, he cannot approve the claim who raised that particular claim. Is that correct or not? We have to be even write some logic so that even a user is also part of approval team, he cannot approve his own claim. That is also a business rules that we have to implement. Any members who is part of this particular team, they can see this approve button. That is one rules. But even the owner of that submit request, means who is submitted by these particular rules, they cannot see this approve button so that they can approve and they can get that amount. Are you with me? Agreed this logic? Plugin in server side code, why even we have to go for that plugin side? Because if we have to hide and show something, so even in plugin code, how we are going to write that one? And even one more thing, if we can perform some logic, even I'm not telling like we are using or we are using or not using, but suppose I have given one example, maybe if you follow or not, I'm not sure. Suppose we have judiciary system. One person did some criminal part, and is there any possibility he can directly approach to the Supreme Court? Either he is a common man or he is a any specific special person. He has to go for a with a specific route. What is the route? To avoid the load of super level or hierarchy wise we have to follow, so we can reduce some of the load. So it is not like if one person slap another person, they can directly reach to the Supreme Court, and they can file a that here appeal, and they can apply, and they can even do that activity. So they can ask like, why you have not registered your case in your local adalat? So local judiciary system, and then maybe state level, and then maybe supreme level, and then we have to go for a president level. Why? Because we have to go with the refined information. So because if we have to write everything in the server side, the why I'm giving this example, suppose we can perform mostly all the logic in the server side. Either it is a validation, like even I will give you one example. Here we have chosen different types of fields. Here this is a drop down. Here option set, this is a currency field, and this is a attachment type, and this is a lookup field. Even some of the developer, they can create all the fields as text field, and they can validate like, hey, if this particular amount, if we have to even enter amount here, so we can validate why you have entered here the character. Even if someone even even we can write some logic, so they have to enter only those character also. Why we have given here the option set? Why? Because something if we can control at the client side. Client side means without sending that information to the server side, because it will always decrease the load of the server. Our end goal is to decrease the load of the server to reduce the calls. So that's why here we have to utilize the maximum capability even without reaching to the server side. Hope it understandable whatever I'm telling here. So anything if we can control with any rules which we can refine our data at the client side, we have to go with that one only, right? So because we can control this particular validation whatever we have here, either locking, unlocking, validating, either it is a required, not required, or any validation which we can control at the client side, we have to do that one also. Because if suppose something is failing, we have to check into the server. Hey, we have sent it this data, and the server is saying, hey, no, no, we are not accepting this one because this is not feasible. This is not good for us. This is bad data. We are not accepting. Go back, edit it, send it again. So those types of requests, if we have receiving on daily basis, if we have approximate 10,000 users, and 10,000 users they are trying to enter values on, they are keep entering that value. So on every minute they are getting 10,000 requests, and maybe in 10,000 requests 9,000 requests are bad request. Server need to go back and telling, hey, this is not the correct information. So what happened? There is a additional load into the server side. After certain time of period, our server will say, hey, I'm getting headache. I'm not accepting it. So first I need to, ask someone, some administrator, hey, add some additional check. They should not send that type of information which will give me a additional load. Our main objective here is to pass or send that level of information which is the refined information which will pass only. Correct? So that's why all the rules which includes JavaScript, which includes business rule, which includes any other, client side validation, which is helping to refine our data so that we have to send our good data, not the bad data to the server. That is our main objective here, is to learn JavaScript, to learn business rule, to learn any additional uh, logic which will help to refine our request. Request is nothing. We are sending something. Hey, what types of requests actually we are sending on daily basis? Only three or four types of different requests. Either we have to create something, that is a request. Either we have to read something, that is the request. Either we have to update, modify something, that is the request, or we have to delete something. Only four type of request you have to work or you have to deal on daily basis. Nothing more than this one. So some of the request we can control Like if a user don't have privilege based on the security access, you cannot read it. That is controlled by security role. If you cannot control any, you cannot read or edit or update any specific field, that is controlled by field level security role. If a specific uh, record is not accessible, or a record if you don't have access permission, but maybe some of the scenario that record has to be temporary accessible by someone else who don't have direct access, so we can share that information to the any team members. So maybe if someone want, hey, what is the security model in dynamic crm, most of the interviewer they are asking, hey, do you have any idea like what is the security role, security models in dynamic crm, how to control, how to monitor, or how to make sure that your data is secure in dynamic crm. So if you have all those information, you can explain it like, hey, the database level, data structured level, if it is a online, because we have two types of applications here or models. One is online, one another is the secondary part is offline. That is called on-prem. On-prem database or any security data access data policy, that has to be handled by customer only. Microsoft never responsible to taken that any kind of responsibility related to the data security. If you have on-prem environment, you have to install that on-prem environment into your personal server, personal laptop, or any your data center, any your cloud center. You have to control everything. Microsoft only responsible or only asking you to give the role base or that user base licensing cost. Suppose you purchase 100 license for on prime, so they will ask you, hey, for how long you want to purchase, so they you can ask, hey, oh, next 2 year I want to purchase, okay, just give me that particular amount. They can deal multiple levels, like if you have 100 license cost, maybe it could be I'm giving one example, $100 per user licensing cost for 1 month. Maybe if you have 1,000 users cost, maybe they can give you additional discount. If you have 10,000 licensing cost, maybe they can give you some additional discount. So it could be based on the agreement what you have or Microsoft is having, because you are not responsible to taken care any backup policy, anything. So Microsoft is giving less cost on the on-prem version. They are responsible to take only, hey, we have developed this application, we have or done some r&d, we have spent so much time on this application, so we are asking you to give only that per user cost, and that's it. We are not asking anything for you. Our application will manage all the our application is more capable to handle everything. You have to have some basic information to handle all those things. Now, coming into the on prime online models. So maybe in online models, you have to pay some additional cost, not only the licensing cost. Because I will tell you, maybe we have discussed that one in early days, but maybe you can get some additional information on this one, as because we have more time, we can spend here more time and you can get more information even if that information is coming here. So we already discussed on prime. So in on-prem models, they will, charge you licensing cost. only. One time cost or one time per user per year cost, per year cost for license only, right? So only licen licensing cost. So now maybe per user they can give some fixed, like I already told you, like if you have 10 license, then they may charge you in different manner. If you have 100 or you have 1000, you have 10,000 user licensing cost, it totally Microsoft and the end customer base cost. What could be the maximum cost here Microsoft will charge, or what could be the minimum charge that end customer wants? So it totally based on the agreement. It could be suppose $60 per user cost. But in online, Microsoft is having different model. They will charge, per user per month based on the licensing type cost. That is the license cost. And also sometimes maybe you have to bear with some spelling mistake. So here this licensing cost per user per month, also they will charge you the server, how much the database cost, dataverse cost. So dataverse cost also they are charging different model. So in the dataverse level even they are, because they are charging dataverse cost on very, even this is also a separate, their business model for dataverse. Why they are insisting everyone to come into this particular online models? Because they have to get more money related to the dataverse cost. I will give you that insight here. So for 1 GB, suppose in your laptop or your desktop, maybe if you are asking for 512 GB space, right? So they may ask you, hey, in 512 GB cost, we have 500 rupees, that 5,000 rupees or INR cost. Similarly, if you are utilizing a global space or storage related to this one, so they are charging based on per GB cost. So what is the per GB cost? Microsoft is charging approximate $35, $35 per GB. So now if a user is having suppose 1 TB space, so how much they will charge? 1 TB means 1024 multiply by $35, right? So how much it is? This is the dollar cost for per month. And what about the 12-month cost? This is the per TV cost per year cost. So how much it is? And convert this cost into INR, means now we have 92 or 93. So this is the cost for per TV per year cost. How much is it is? 3 crore 99, approximate 4 crore. Customer need to pay 1 TV cost. This one is per year data burst cost. This is the additional maybe. Here, if you have 1,000 or 100 license or maybe 1,000, and per licensing cost here is Suppose 110, all are the enterprise cost, and this is per user per month. So 12 into 94, 93. So this is also a very big amount. So how much it is? 12 crore and 3 crore cost here. So we have to optimize those costs. This one also, this one, whatever we are charging, we are, if this is the costing here. So if you have additional experience, if you are here as a, if you are having 5 year, 10-year experience, so they are not asking you only to write any JavaScript. Hey, can you write JavaScript code? Can you write one business rule? They are giving you very good exposure or that salary based on like, hey, can you write one JavaScript code? They are giving you that much amount? No. Now any AI agent can write that particular information now in a day. They are giving you very good amount or good salary if you don't have any idea about all those particular items. So, as a developer, if you are having more than 5 year of experience or 3 year or 4 year of experience, so you should know all those information, because if you are giving here, 30 or 40% discount, or you help them to save this amount, because this is the very higher side. If you give a solution as your expertise, if you have different types of expertise, so they are very happy, because this is the very big amount then they are paying on yearly basis. This is a value addition for everyone. Any AI agent, if I can ask any AI agent, hey, can you, I can give different level of prompt here, and they can write the different information. But even there is even if they are asking you, hey, can you suggest us best possible solution, we are having this particular online environment, and we are having this particular users license, can you suggest what types of license we are having? So even they don't have any that AI agent, they are not that much capable, they can give you best possible solution here. So if you have to get more salary, more money, you have to have all those information in your CV, in your expertise, in those exposures also. So why, suppose sometimes what happen, a developer, as a developer, I will tell you, a developer, uh, they have written or they hired a very less exposure, less experience candidate, and they are keep creating fields, like if I'm asking a create a name field, and they are creating that name text field size as 500, 500 character. So what happened here, over the time, over, and even this particular, no, they are not keep adding this one for only one entity, they are keep creating, or they are, we have maybe thousands of fields, they are keep increasing this particular size whatever we are having here database level. So because per GB, per month cost customer is paying, so they are more focusing on this particular area now in a day also, because they have to save this amount. You know how to optimize this particular space, so that customer need to remove this particular cost. At least if you are reducing this 1 TB cost to at least 600 GB. So what will happen here? 1 minute, I need to take one call. This is urgent. Okay, so hopefully you are able to understand why our cost cutting, why the optimization we have to do, and even Microsoft also charging any additional cost if you are keep trying like, hey, we are a developer, we don't know, we are not caring about our customer, either the database is increasing or not. So we have to optimize this one, and even if we are removing 400 GB space from the our database, so how much we are reducing this particular cost. So what is the 40% for this one? And then divide, I think we have to use some. So this much amount here we optimize as part of our initiation for any activity. If we reduce this much amount, so why customer is not giving us a good here package or good amount? How to reduce this particular amount even, and even how to reduce this licensing cost? That is why our capability or skill sets comes into the picture. So that's why we need to understand the right approach, the right process, the right implementation, how we are giving to the end customer. So we should understand all those items. So we were talking about the different things here, and different information we are keep involving here. So now we were discussing about the this particular approval process. So now it comes into our main things, whatever we are discussing here. So we will, I will involve you here in the licensing cost and the this database cost optimization, and even how to reduce the end customer cost. I have very good exposure, very big that implementation exposure, and even we reduce very good amount of the end customer, and they are very happy even if they are facing such even one of the customer, they are having more, because Microsoft is maximum they can complete 3.5 TB database space. So we reduce 3.5 TB to 1 TB approximate. We reduce their cost very effectively. So they were very happy, and they are giving very good appreciation, not only in terms of emails and the good words, even the other parts also. So that's why we have to learn quickly like what could be the best approach, so that we can give best possible solution to the end customer based on our skill set, right? So now we are talking about the approval process, and we will come to know like if and even if I need to check here in this particular place, hey, even if I don't want to give that approve and reject button, so how to check that part? Suppose if we have created one here, where is that teams? We have created one approver teams, right? So that's the reason we can ask, or we can take help from any AI agent to write anything, but we have to so suppose if this is the one, if a person is a member of this particular team, they are able to see only that particular button, because here hey Mansu, can you create some other user also here so that I can add them? So here these are the team members. or add existing users here. Himanshu, because here, do we have any other user? Okay, so let's add only this user. So if a user is having, member of this particular team, then only they are able to see. Okay, how to write that function? Now we are taking that help from ChatGPT. Like earlier, what we have to do? We have to write JavaScript function. It will take some time. But now in a day, take help from AI to prepare that function. At least we should know how to do that one, but we should understand how we are taking. Okay, write JavaScript function to check if a user is a member of a team or not based on the team name in D365 CRM. Let's see. Okay, right. Our code is ready. See here, optimize alternative better performance. So we have this particular code. Okay, let's see. Let's utilize this function. So let's use that function here. Okay, now we have to change this one under this methodology, or this is the one. Fine. Each team member team ID or based on the team name also we can get. So if we are having team name, so we can get the first team name, avoid name lookup. Okay, so suppose if we are giving the team UID. Okay, sales team. So even we have two different method here. Either we have to use the team name or team GUID. So we have to retrieve the team GUID first, and then we have to use the team members also. But let's try to utilize this team ID also. Right? We can use the above one, but how to use that team ID? Okay. How to get that team ID? So team ID is this one. Team ID. We are copying. Okay, let me show you the complete information. So this is the complete URL. So from URL, here is the entity record. Here ETN equal to team. It means this is the entity name, and ID for this particular record here is this is the ID of that record. So in this manner, we are reading the record GUID. So let's suppose here, if I need to check here team ID, so team membership user ID equal to here the logged in user is equal to this one. So it will return here as a return this one. So it will return either it is a proper member or not. Okay. So let's check that one also. We don't want to pass here as a team ID. So where team id. Okay, so we are passing that team id here itself, so we will utilize this function here. If user is in that team, so we are getting your user id and we are checking if that team membership is there or not, and it will return if it is a part of that user or not. Okay, let's utilize that one in approver or other one as well, where it is returning based on this one: enable disable reject rule and enable disable approval rule. So we need to check if here we are, how we are checking, we are checking the status rule. If it is a true, or here we need to add here and that's it. So this is the condition here, if it is a part of that user team or not. Where is a reject button, reject enable. So here what it will return, it will return here a true or false, like if it is a part of the member, or if it is a, if it is in reject mode status code, so it will return. And if it is a part of that user, so it will return here. So we have to update this javascript file, and then we'll see where is the code. Maybe you will, some of the team member, they will take some time to understand it. But here what I'm checking, with this help, we have team membership. Team membership means if in crm, if you are part of this team membership, so with this team we have a relationship with the team member. So with this team id, how many records we are having in the team membership, so we are checking that one. So if we are trying to check even in the database level, so we can check cds to sql also, but we are over the time. If you want to check something, you have to deal in the table structure also, so that if you are having good information, that you can ask select star from what we are checking here, team membership. So these are the team membership, so based on the team id, where team id equal to, if you have some basic idea related to sql, you are easily understand what is going on. So let's check with this team id how many record we are having. We have 181 record with this team id, but we need to check with this team id because we have created this team, right? We are checking with this team id, one team id. So with this team id we are checking, hey, what is the user id, if this is the current logged in user id. So if I'm part of this one, I can see here, so I can show you. Even if I want to remove this person from here, so let's check what it will return, nothing. And then we can see execute, nothing is here. If we are adding user members here, we are able to see the data. So likewise, now let's upload that code first, then meanwhile we can discuss more why it is happening multiple times. Where is the solution? Where is the solution? Leave management. Where is the solution? Web resource. Claim ribbon library. I try to explain you everything in very detail so that you should not miss anything. Publish it. Okay, so let's check. So here I'm able to see those to record, right? Because I am the part of this membership. Let's try to remove it. If that code is updated, then it will hide. Let's see. Otherwise, we have to do hard refresh. So now let's check if that code is updated or not. How to check it? Source, Control O. When we click on Control O, we have an option to search the files. What is the name of that file? Claim ribbon library, right? Are we able to see our code here or not? This, oh, what happened? Can anyone tell what could be the issue here? What could be the issue? Can someone tell me? We have not written the namespace here. Why you are not reminding me? I have, if I did something wrong, you should ask me, hey, this is not right. If we have to call this function internally itself, we have to call with the namespace only. Have you noticed it? Publish. let's do control. Now claim library here. Enable disable rule for this one. This that code is not reflected. Here this one also code is not reflected. Okay, let's do hard refresh. Be updated or not? Claim library. Okay, so let's do here. Let's do here. Let's check this particular piece of code. Let's reload it. So likewise, we are doing debugging part. That is our day-to-day part here. F10, right? F10. Okay, this one. Okay. Oh, so we have that. Okay. Otherwise, what we'll do here, this is some async code related items. So let's store that information here. Control Z. And then we'll see what it is returning. Where our value, return value equal to this one, and we will add this one here. Similarly, here and here. It should be async function actually here, but we have to maintain everything in the async function. So web API retrieve. SYNC. Sync is not recommended, but because here team, where is team ID, user ID, and now it will return the value. I will tell you what was the issue here. We will call this function, upload it. Now again claim this. This is the way that we have to debug our code. If you know how to debug, you can easily, you know, resolve our issue here, whatever we are having. That's why everyone want to, you should have the device. Why our code is not reflecting here? This is the one. Our code is coming or not? Claim our old code is here. We published, right? Let me check in the code side. Yeah, this is the one. Let me republish it. Refresh it. It will increase your that reject, but that your approve button is gone, right? Then now you have to check why our reject button is not gone. What else we have? Reject r value, sync. What else we have here? And status, enable disable rule, claims is sync. What happened? Where is the problem? Claim, where is claim library? Is there any internet issue that I am facing slowness sometimes? Sometimes that code is F5, 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 F5. Let's check the command bar. Why reject button is showing, right? Approve button is hidden. Here enable rule is showing false. Enable rule JavaScript is showing false. And now reject button. JavaScript is error. Default rule is true. Oh, so let's see what is the error. Likewise, you have to understand where is the problem. Here it is showing in JavaScript it is showing error. That's why it is showing default value. So method here is reject button rule disable. So what is the error here? reject. Is there any issue here? No. Approve button. Let's do copy paste. Reject, disable, enable. Reject and nothing. What is the issue? Reject, disable. Right? Let me do one time. So this is the way that sometimes we are getting different level of surprise. But we are the doctors. We should know how to deal those items. We may face different types of issues, but we should know how to deal those issues. Correct. Okay, one button is gone. Now there should be one requirement here. I will ask you how to achieve that one. But now you are in that condition, you can handle that part. Only there is one scenario is pending in this particular approval process. Reject, still it is showing the JavaScript error. Reject, enable disable rule. What is the JavaScript error here? Status error code authentication error administrator. This indicate that the subscription within the tenant has lapsed. What is the problem, man? Are you serious? Let me reload it. This subscription is expired. In console, unquote on-premise authentication error, ASD, the service. This is the different one. What is the error here in the ribbon side? And even this particular function, we can declare a global, like if a user is a member of that particular team or not, we can retrieve that when it is not like every time we have to call this method. That is also we can do it. Okay, let's check that part. Let me check if we can take help from AI here. Why JavaScript error is coming? This code is working. Are we passing primary control or not? Where it is reject, enable disable rule. Reject rule. Oh, you got it. What could be the issue here? We have not passed that primary control, right? For this function, publish it. Okay, so it will resolve that problem. We identify what could be the problem here and it will work. So likewise, we may deal different types of issues and we have to resolve it. Okay, so the ribbon part, there is one question, that one point you have to control here. Suppose here I have to restrict user to, even a user is part of this particular team, and even the created, or here we have a record created of this record. If created of this record is equal to logged in user, and even this logged in user is part of this particular team, so we have to hide this approve and reject button. That is the one thing you have to do. Got it? So the requirement here is, if created by equal to logged in user ID, then even a user is part of claim approver team, we should not show this approve and reject option to this user. Others can see, right? You have to use, you have to apply this one, and let's see how many you are able to achieve that part. Okay, I will paste here, and then you have to reply once you done this part. Done. Done. Okay, we understand the importance of debugging. This should be one of the key skill, right? Yeah, this is very important things. Even anybody, if even we did something wrong, we have to know how to, resolve this type issue. Even it is not like I have 20 years of experience, so I should not face any issues. I may face different level of issues, but I should know how to deal those issues. Correct? Hope you are utilizing this time and you will learn whatever we have planned so far. So this is the content. I suppose you should have something here, something additional. So if you know the debugging part, how to go with the debugging, it is not like, hey, this error is coming, this is not working. It is not like I can, uh, you know, uh, sit ideal and I cannot resolve that part. We should resolve the issue whatever be the reason. If it is not working in one scenario, we have to think about another scenario. If it is not working in one scenario, and maybe there are some edge scenario, we have to resolve it. We have to close all those items here in any case. Okay, so let's connect on Monday. Let me know if you have anything else. Thank you, everyone. This is long and productive sessions. Maybe you will get more details. If you are not able to understand one times, you have to watch this video again, and then you have to resolve all your query. Maybe you can increase the speed sometimes, and then you have to listen. But you have to follow. This is very important. Sure. I will let you know. I have some opportunity here for 10 year of developer experience. Let me know if someone want. Yeah. Thank you. Happy weekend, everyone. Thank you.